Time's up, Admiral.
Here it comes.
I like the music. Welcome to Doctor Who Cares Reviews. You're watching on Derby's channel. He's not here yet, and that's not my problem because it's 11:30 and we go live. Anyway, hope everybody's having a good Monday night. I took a nap, Jed. I took a nice, big, healthy nap before the stream, so I'm ready to go. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing great. It's been a fun day over at my channel today with the Rider Flight podcast earlier today. I think we had some great discussions, talked about the Doctor Who Christmas special, did a little ranking video or a segment on that, and then, of course, finishing the Claire Obscure DLC. Unfortunately, all of that's going to be ruined by talking about this show tonight. So,
yes,
doing good for right now. In about 5 minutes when we start talking about it.
Yeah. Did you get the angry DM from Jeremy? Because I got an angry DM.
No.
Oh,
I
he
didn't
hates
get anything
us.
from him.
He hates us.
We're halfway, though.
I know. This show, I didn't think it could get worse, but it did. It did. Let's see. Just to tick through everything. We got man crying. We got that episode 3, literally 30 minutes of sitting and talking and predictability. At least
that twist at the end was so obvious.
Yeah, well, there was two things obvious, like Mr. Ted, Mr. Super Positive Ted breaking down. The father went down. It's like, wow, I'm not surprised. He's the one who freaks out. And then, at first, I thought the globe was just a dumb present, but then I realized, no, wait a minute, there's something off with that thing. And then it starts. Then it is what it was. And then in episode 4, oh yeah, the interspecies Smex, yeah. I don't know if they
had the dialogue with that sex scene was, I'm regulating my body for you.
I listen, for a second, I thought she was gonna troon out for a minute there. I was really hoping she was gonna troon out.
I thought she would too. As soon as we saw that happen in the first episode, switching from female presenting to male presenting, as they put it in this in the 4th episode, I thought there was going to be a sex scene, and during the sex scene, at the moment of climax, it would switch from male to female to male. I thought that was going to happen. Still might, but unfortunately, we didn't get that yet.
I know, but we got a lot though. We got a lot, and we'll dance around just a little bit. We'll give Dermot a little more time to get here, but this is everything rotten I thought it would be. I'll be honest. I the agenda was still so jam packed in there, and it's the climate garbage. It's all this climate garbage.
I have an important question for you, and I'll ask Jeremy once he shows up as well. But do you think the show is worse than Shooty Who? Either season, the whole thing, just in general, how does it compare to what we've been getting in Doctor Who for the last little while?
Here's the thing. With this, I'm bored out of my mind.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not as angry. I'm just bored. And it's spikes of, oh, come on. With Shooty Who, I was perpetually angry watching Shooty Who because of watching the desecration. And this is just more. I ask the question, why are we doing this? Why are we doing this? That's what I asked the question here. Why is this happening? And I had a realization today. Today that there he is. Hey, pal, how you doing? You're muted.
Got no sound.
How am I?
You made it from the bottom of the ocean?
Yeah. No, God.
Are you still angry? You were angry this afternoon.
Oh, yes, I'm very angry.
You're very angry.
Listen, I have my Bluetooth on to my phone right now, and I'm listening to dumb VTuber girl drama, like some of the gayest shit I've ever listened to in my entire life, on par with, hey, you wore the same dress as I did. And that's more entertaining than whatever the fuck I just watched.
Yeah, it wasn't good. We were just saying how Jed just asked me the question. Jed, ask him the question. Well,
I was just wondering. We're halfway through the season at this point. So, how do you feel this spinoff compares to Shooty Who? Either his first or second season, or the whole thing, whatever you'd like. But just in terms of quality, the hard part, though, I understand, is taking out the subjectivity. For Adam and myself, we hate Shooty Who just so much. we get so angry watching it because of how much it desecrates lore. But trying to be objective, looking at the quality of the show, do you think one is better than the other?
I hate you right now is the problem, because if I do actually have to answer,
It's Adam's fault that we watched this, not mine. He bullied both of us into this.
He did bully both of us, even though I said that I can't. I have to work and shit like that, and he's still like, "Oh no, you're gonna do it."
I just want to spend time with my bestest buddy.
Oh, fuck off right now. Anyways, if I'm gonna actually honestly answer which is the superior product, Shooty Who or this, I hate all of you. I'm going to lean more towards this because at least it doesn't desecrate the lore as much. That being said, we're talking low bar here.
Yeah.
There is some charm in Shooty Who in the sense that there's at least like, hey, it's one and done and there's a goofy adventure here. This at least has some.
I thought you were going to say big tits.
Well, there is big tits. This at least has somewhat of a story. Not the greatest, but it's there.
That's how I feel about it. Is of course I'm angry at Shooty Who, and so there is that bias to acknowledge. But I think this one has a little bit more cohesion. It's not going off the rails constantly with logic that makes no sense. It's a simple, boring story that's predictable, but it's not shattered on every level. Like the plot progresses in a linear fashion.
There is something that made no sense whatsoever.
It's just really boring.
Episodes. There is something coming from the bottom of the ocean that fast, you would die.
Well, that was her. She protected him with the kiss of life.
So that's not how a human body works.
No, Derby. They specifically said that the whale or whatever they're inside of at the bottom of the ocean, the pressure inside of that matched what is on the surface at sea level.
And so she had a bubble around him.
And she kept him at human pressure. So we went from human pressure, transported at human pressure, and reached human pressure.
Yeah, there was a bubble.
They do explain why he doesn't need to slowly transition.
Yeah, I didn't jump on that because I saw the bubble around him when she was transporting him up.
I somewhat saw it, and it still didn't make any logical sense.
It's still retarded. No, don't get me wrong. It's still retarded.
Which, I don't know why she did that, and then also did the whole kiss and exchange of lungs. Like she was filtering his air inside the bubble. Was that just for carbon?
That's because she loved him. She just didn't understand.
It was just an excuse.
Yeah. And so I realized something when I was watching this today. And because it was a question asked to me during the live stream this afternoon, and I realized when I was watching it that last week we were talking about this when the doctor would have shown up. Well, there's no Shooty Who at the moment because it's Shooty Rose Doctor, whatever that is. But there still is 10 and 14.
Yeah,
there still is 10 and 14. I know, yeah. So when I said that, then I quickly countered myself saying, but 10 and 14 is still there, and all they could have said is that 10 and 14 fucked off. They could have just dropped the line and said 10 and 14 fucked off somewhere.
He's busy with Tran Rose.
Yeah, they needed to add in a line. Yeah. My
He's
theory of how they're
Jason.
Doing something with Jason.
Stop.
My guess for how they're going to address 14 Doctor, if they ever do, because it doesn't seem like they have any intention to. But if you guys remember how they addressed the Meta-Crisis Doctor, do you guys know the canonical ending to the Meta-Crisis in the other universe of Rose?
That was cut off.
Yeah, it was a shortened lifespan, and he died within a year or two. Yeah. So I'm wondering if they're going to use the same logic and say 14 is a similar situation to the Meta-Crisis, so he had a short, horrible, sickly life, and he's dead by this point, because it's been several years in-universe.
My understanding with the in-universe answer to all of this is that, and this is their logic, and they've broken this logic already, so take it as you will. The bi-generation affected all time and space, but then once the bi-generation was done, they all went to separate universes. So technically, 14 isn't in this universe, but
that is what they said about the bi-regenerations before that. I never actually connected that to 14, but you're right, that does fit with their
that is their logic. The problem is they then broke that logic when you go back into Shooty Who with the bi-generation of Ronnie.
Right.
Yeah, so and at the same time also, and at the same time you still saw fake fat black doctor was still canonically there for stuff. I mean,
Did they incorporate her into the bi-generation? I thought she was still just Timeless Child pre-Hartnell. Not
No,
related
she's
to
still the Doctor, so she's
bi-regeneration.
still.
Yeah, she's still
I
in
think
this
she still
universe.
technically is a part of the bi-generation. So I don't know.
Oh, God,
Their
please.
whole logic
forgot
doesn't
all
make
about that.
sense.
I forgot all about that shit.
But that was
You
their
forgot
answer
about the Timeless Child?
No. I forgot the rules of bi-generation and
But,
multiverse
Well,
separation.
this is
crap.
all stuff from outside of the show. What Jeremy and I are talking about with the whole other universe stuff, that wasn't in the show. That was from interviews, other released media. So it's fine that you don't remember because they didn't tell you. They made up
Yeah.
the rules later when they realized. There was a
Oh,
plot
then I'm
hole.
okay then. Then
Yeah.
my criticism still stand because if they don't say it in the show,
100%.
if they don't
They
say it in
never
the
say
show,
it
then
in
I
the
don't
show.
then I don't know. Then yeah, okay, then the rules are applying. Then,
You
then
had
10
a
and 14 is still there.
I think this was interview with I don't remember who one of the
I
other
don't
people
watch
was in
interviews
interview
unless
with.
somebody tells me to.
But it was just like a throwaway line, and that was their way to address it. But then they immediately break those rules, so who knows what truth is anymore.
Mm-hmm. Well, we do know one truth. This sucks. This sucks.
It
We're
really-
talking like
It's just so boring.
yeah.
I don't consider it offensive like Shooty Who,
Well,
but it was offensive to my time.
I watched it at 1.33 speed.
Oh, I watched it at 2 times speed.
I
so
watched it
that
at
helps a lot.
1.5.
My
and
only
I'm gonna-
prime, well, you got at your speeds. I can't understand what the English accents are saying that fast.
Oh, I have to
lose
put on
words.
subtitles with their accents.
Okay, so yeah.
I get most of the stuff at 1.5. I have to watch stuff at 1.5, then I can understand it. Then when I go back
Yeah.
down to normal speed, everybody seems like they're going at a
I
snail's
can't
pace.
understand. I'm watching in 1.33. I can't understand watching this show at regular speed. I cannot. It would be so hard because that means they're talking so
There's such
slowly.
long pauses.
Do you
Yeah.
when I watch it at 1.5 speed, it feels normal, and then it dawns on me, I'm watching this faster. What the
Mhm.
fuck? And mind you, again, just like last week, there wasn't a whole lot going on at my day job.
Oh,
So when I'm watching
yeah.
this actually makes my day feel like it's going slower,
Mm. And here's the
which
thing.
is sad.
This isn't the first time we've said this. We've said this recently about other shows where we watch it faster. It feels normal. Well, I most recently I remember I said that when I watched that horrible Ice-T War of the Worlds movie. I watched that at 1.3444 speed, something like that, and I can't realize. Oh wow, this feels
The
like it's normal speed.
The last time I did this was for Witcher season 2.
Hmm.
I watched that 2 times speed.
I
And it
actually
still
watched
felt
that.
too slow.
I watched that at normal speed because I had a lot of time to kill to watch that, so I just watched it normal speed.
Mm.
I skipped a couple things here and there, but I did watch. That
You're a
normal speed.
psychopath.
I had an entire night to kill while I was watching that. So I mean, I played a video game while I was doing it. Don't get me wrong. I didn't watch it. Just something else.
I tried to watch it at 1.5 speed and play a game at the same time, and it's 2 times speed, and play a game at the same time, and it was still awful.
Well,
You're a
For me,
sociopath.
I have to pause The
no.
Witcher when I watch it because I have to articulate the lore breaks to
that's-
understand it.
that's also you
how
have
my
to
brain
pause.
works, so
not
it
to-
takes forever.
You have to pause so that you can fight wanting to stab yourself. That's also too when you're watching.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah,
I need
choke
to
yourself-
break up my
Choke
viewing.
yourself with your own hair. That's the problem when you want to do that when you're watching that. Anyway,
Yeah.
but I also here. All right, as we get into this now, one of the biggest problems I have with this is I don't care about anybody in the show, not even Kate. I don't even care about Kate, and they did some character work for her in these 2 episodes, and I didn't care. I don't care about anybody here. I get introduced to new people. Oh, they're dead. I don't care.
Kate's the only good part about this entire show, and that's saying something because it's still
They're
so
butchering her
weak.
character. They're butchering her character horribly.
I didn't know she had a
Yeah,
daughter.
she has a daughter.
Yeah, that's new. That's new, isn't it? That's new.
As far as
Who's
I'm
baby
aware,
daddy?
it's new.
Well, baby
And
daddy's her age because she had that nice little young.
She was 100% robbing the cradle there, and then the cradle's dead.
Yeah. All right. So let's see.
Something you just don't care about. He's been in all of the new
Shooting
RTG
here.
era. He was
Yep.
introduced in
He
the Christmas special or the 60th anniversary, excuse me. So he's been around for a while. Can you guys tell me anything about his character that wasn't in these episodes?
That wasn't in this episode. He
Mhm.
likes him old.
That was in this episode.
He's a
Like
oh,
all the
okay, okay.
development, he's been
Okay.
around for 3-4 years now, 2 seasons.
Nothing.
5 specials.
I mean, he behaved like a woman in this episode. I care about our relationship. I think about our future.
If you want the best character development that was outside of this entire thing, it's he military guy that has a hard on for Kate. That's about it. And you get all
that's been given him.
Yeah, that's all you've ever been given. He looks like an interesting guy. I always thought he was the most interesting guy that you could delve into, but at the same time, I don't ever expect them to actually delve into an interesting looking character without bastardizing them in some way, shape, or form, make him pathetic. But he looked like the most interesting person that I would like to have, good writing with. Never got it, and now he's dead.
And apparently everybody knew they were effing. Apparently everybody
didn't care.
I mean, to be fair, it's not really a shocker, but at the same time, it's like you never really laid that out.
The unit gossip network in full effect. Anyway,
they don't even develop the characters that they like, because they obviously don't like him. They wanted to get him out of there. It was all about what it affected Kate by. But they clearly like the wheelchair chick. And she's gotten nothing, and she's been around just as long as him with more screen time.
She took command.
She took command, so she's second in command at unit.
Apparently,
we know absolutely nothing about any of these characters, their personal lives. They're purely their superficial traits. She's wheelchair guy. He's brown colonel. Like that's all that's ever been given to us.
Hell,
that's their fault.
Yeah.
There was the one other character I liked in this entire show outside of like Kate and like military dude that's dead.
Oh, you love
the black No, it was the black colonel general guy. He actually looked interesting. He seems somewhat competent, and then they just kill him as well. It's like,
I couldn't stand him because of the shit he was saying. Like in the first episode, he's like, this is destiny that the civilian is here. And then in this episode,
he said stuff, but he was at least trying.
I want a quarter man. Let's go be heroes.
Every time I heard that line,
and they replayed it in the recap.
We could be heroes, and then it just had that song.
I just said for just one day.
For just one day.
I thought he would say for just one day, but he didn't. I didn't because
that was his big speech. They set it up like he was going to deliver a big speech, and he's just like, "As a wise man once said, we can be heroes. Let's go." Can you imagine if Independence Day had that line instead of the speech?
Oh God, that would have ended up destroying Independence Day.
All right, let's get into this. So episode 3. I'm just gonna call it The Descent. I don't know what it's called. It's literally 30 minutes of them descending, sitting and talking, and trying to make us interested in them while everybody on the surface twiddles their fingers.
The most important scene.
What?
Kirby calling her father a bootlicker, and then
crying,
saying that he's pathetic.
And I hate everybody. She had a great line. Her great line. You're ruined it, and we're ruining everything. Like she's saying, she had to get in that she hates what they're doing, but at the same time also hates the fish people, but also hates the humanity for ruining the world at the same time. Oh,
if you remember, Kirby was all on board with everything her dad, not playing the games that they then
don't play games.
Her dad was doing in the diplomatic scenes, like climate change, we're the smart ones, they're the dumb ones, all on board with all of that. And then in this episode, Kirby's gone full against him. You're bootlicker, I hate you. It's a turn on a dime, and I don't know if you guys caught it, but there's a line in that scene that explains why Kirby had the face turn. They're saying on TikTok that you're a bootlicker.
Oh yeah, I did hear that line.
Kirby, who's actively talking with her father, has a relationship with him, gave him the words that he did in his big heroic speech, has her mind influenced based on TikTok.
Yep, just like RTD.
Yeah, I did hear that line, but it didn't register the way it registered for you, so good pickup. That's
so if personal relationships can be affected by what strangers say on the internet, you have nothing but superficial relationships with everyone around you.
And then he man cries
and hugs his ex. His ex is like, "You don't have to be strong for me." You guys aren't in a relationship.
Pathetic.
I like this actor who's playing Barkley. He's been in great stuff. He was great in Doctor Who and Voyage of the Damned and End of Time Part 2. But they're just not giving him anything to work with. He's awful in this.
I also think the reason why his ex is like, you can be weak around me is because she's jealous of the fish lady.
Oh, she is.
Oh, she's 100%
Yeah.
jealous of the fish
Yeah.
lady. We've seen that up to this
Hey,
point. And
yeah,
she has no
all we-
loyalty to him. We
Mhm.
find that out later in the second episode.
No, yeah, that was fucked up.
I-
And the daughters, she co-signed that too. She sat there, clearly because she had to. She
I
clearly
don't-
gave him up.
I don't know. We'll get to it, but I don't know if she ratted him out or if he's just stupid, and we'll get to that.
I
So-
mean, both I think are true.
Yeah.
They're the
Both could
last
be
people
true.
you should contact. When you're on the run, your family
Yeah.
are the last people that you should talk to. That's just basic fucking common knowledge.
Yeah. Well, there's nothing common that goes on in this because the whole descent thing, it's just plotting. And
It's
it
just
just
cancer
rolls
guy being
along.
very positive. Then
We don't know he has
terrified.
cancer till the end. We
I
don't know
don't
that
give
till
a
last
shit.
second. Yeah.
He's very positive, and then he gets into the pod, and then he's terrified, and then you have a bunch of
Predictably.
these jokes.
Predictably flips the switch.
Yeah, and
into
then you have a
He's
bunch
not
of
just
these
positive.
jokes.
He is sickly positive with the
Yeah.
whole, oh, we're going to be alone down there. We're never alone. We're a team. I nearly rolled on the floor. when
it
that
was
happened.
so bad. And just this whole did anybody else laugh out loud when Indian guy says, I'm taking my whole family to dinner, all 19 of them? I just went, oh.
I just was like, yeah, I'm setting up for a stream. I'm not shocked.
Yeah, it's just
How
They
is it
get-
that always these people who fight against racism and whatnot are usually the most racist ones?
I know.
We
Because
see
they
this all
truly
the
are.
time.
Yeah,
They get
are
all
the
these-
racists.
They lean into every stereotype that they yell at us for making fun of, but they lean into it and they think that they're being heroic with all of this stuff. And what bothered me the most during the descent is how I believe he's a 4-star general. The guy there, I think he was a 4-star. He's not in command at all there. Barkley's in command. He's the one telling everybody to do this, that, to that. And Joe's just like, yup. Okay, everybody. And what I loved when they finally get to the bottom and the fish people are breaking down not breaking the door, they're opening the door. My first thought was, okay, when they sealed them in with rivets. They're locked in there. And somebody goes, they're breaking in. Of course they have to. You've been sealed in with rivets. You're not going to get out.
Were you planning on getting out? How will you talk to these people? What was their plan? The absolute incompetence of UNIT is entirely on
Yeah.
display. Locking your diplomats into their descent vehicle, bizarre. The people chosen for this expedition,
Mhm.
there is, I think, one expert diver, a few diplomats chosen in a lottery, the guy who has zero experience but the fish people love for some reason, and a general. There's the unit lady as well.
Yeah.
This is an eclectic group of people who should not be involved. Where's your security?
Oh.
You're not even checking your diplomats? UNIT didn't check the giant wooden ball.
They didn't scan the bomb.
You didn't scan the bomb. You didn't search the people going down there. You didn't do any basic things. This isn't complicated stuff. But UNIT Kate's not doing her job well at all. She's mumbling through everything.
Jed, the excuse is she's been up for 48 hours. She's not operating at her best.
That doesn't
Then
fucking
she's
matter. I don't
incompetent.
give a shit.
Yeah,
I'm just
Drink
saying
the
that's
coffee
the
and
excuse.
That's the in-universe, yeah. But UNIT is entirely incompetent and doesn't deserve to be in charge of the world at this point. They're like,
No.
"Oh, what will happen if we're not in the room? What happens when UNIT's not in control of this? It'll probably be handled better." I'd
Yeah.
rather the U.S. military take over this situation. They're going to shoot first, ask questions later, but they'll
All right.
at least be competent about it.
Let's go to that. I despise. Now I guess we're rolling into we're rolling into all this. The next episode sort of.
Well,
I
okay.
just-
Season 3 ends with Big Bomb exploding, a bunch of fish
Yeah,
people
yeah.
dying.
The
and-
one straight white man who's not a main character is a suicide bomber.
Yeah. But here's what I hate, and then it leads into this. This is the trope that I knew was coming, and I mentioned it last week. I really hate the humanity is evil trope. That of course there's a strain of humanity that's so because they even said the line, And this, did you guys pick up on this one where they said the what's it called? The Institute,
Great
is that what they called it?
replacement theory.
Yeah,
the
great
Great
yeah,
replacement.
Well, yeah, but then they said you got there. You skipped over where I was going. Went exactly where I was going. They are these billionaires who believe in the great replacement theory, so they're afraid of anything replacing it.
Well, you actually have something right now about to replace you guys as the dominant species. So yeah, that is something to actually be terrified of. These beings that have the ability to summon trash and drop it down.
This is RTD completely showing his hand.
Yeah.
All these rich white males afraid of being replaced by brown people. What it is.
No, I'm afraid of being replaced by fish people that have the ability now to also control water and rust everything.
Yeah, how do we feel about that? How do we feel about the rust turnaround when Tide comes to visit? And I'm sure he could turn female if he wanted to as well.
Absolutely. They call him male presenting.
Yeah. So how do we feel about that? They can just make rust happen.
Fuck
Rust
that. I
isn't-
know.
It's not an airborne virus. I can buy them being able to touch something or have a device that can actively turn something that they're interacting with rusty. That I can 100% buy.
Rust
But
needs to
making an
spread.
airborne virus?
And it spreads over time. There's a great anime, Bisco, that Dermy hasn't watched yet. It's getting a season 2. I highly recommend it. And you've been interested in this one, where the world's being choked by rust. That is a great representation of what it looks like, and it even coats humans as well. It's not just everything, but everything. That is a great representation of what it would look like if the world was rusting. But it takes a long time. You can't just make it happen.
It's not like the rust fruit from One Piece where you just touch something and it rusts immediately. It actually,
Yeah, that's devil fruit powers, which are
that's a superpower
fantastical.
more or less.
Yeah, that's fantastical shit. Wait to our next emissary, Rust. I hate the overpoweredness of the CW.
Just because they're ancient doesn't mean that they're this far superior. The Silurians are, as presented in New Who, yes, they are more superior than human in technology-wise, but not to an unbelievable degree. They're maybe a century ahead. The Sea Devils, because I'm going to call them fucking Sea Devils, not Homo Aqua, are presented as being like 1,000 years ahead of us, even though they're contemporaries with the Silurians back in the day. Which they still haven't mentioned the Silurians even existing yet, as far as I'm aware.
Yep.
It's just so unbelievable how advanced these fish people are without any sign of how advanced they are. We haven't seen any technology. We haven't seen any devices. Nothing. It's magic. Yes, Doctor Who has always been a little bit more fantasy than it has been sci-fi, but there were explanations for everything they did. There was always a device. There was always an attempt to have science fiction lingo in there, and there was an effort presented. This is just like magic fish people. Yeah. And that's as far as it goes.
They have the ability to somehow spawn all over the world at once, drop all the trash onto your planet, rust you out of existence, and you don't think nuking them is a bad idea? Or you don't think it's a good idea, whatever it is.
Yeah, they're clearly showing that they have no interest in actual negotiations.
Yes, and they just want to kill you.
Exactly.
Actually, killing them back is the smart decision right now.
And that's the point. They're antagonistic. They are completely antagonistic at every turn, and yet we're still supposed to be presenting them as, they're the ones who want to be reasonable. They want peace. They want to live side by side. No, everything they've done since moment one has been antagonistic and demeaning and domineering over everybody.
Man, they're acting very imperialistic and colonial.
Oh, did you catch the colonialization?
People are actually the British Empire.
Did you guys catch the colonialism remark at one point? Did you catch that one?
I just said that as a joke. What?
No, there was a line. There was a line somewhere. I forget where it was, talking about colonialism. They was in there somewhere. I don't remember where it was, but it was in there.
It wouldn't shock me. That's a sad thing.
They mentioned it. It might have even been from Kirby. Kirby might have even said it or something like that. I don't know. I heard it somewhere. I don't remember. I just remember hearing it. I started watching this early in the day. And I had to stop, and then I got back to it later in the afternoon. So there was a little bit of a break. So I don't know when I heard it, but I did hear it. I swear I heard it, and I put the pin note in my head. But this whole thing, we've just gone around in the circle. There is no reason. There's nobody to like in this, and I or at least if you're rational and reasonable, you don't like anybody. We don't like the humans because we don't care about them, and they're being written as pieces of shit on purpose to make it. And I am distracted by Derby's avatar now.
Sorry, my chair broke.
Yeah, but you had your Kirby avatar.
Listen, it is what it is, and I know
I've been
it's
used to
very distracting.
I've been used to your South Park Derby for the past several months, and that totally distracted me.
I don't have my train of thought. Well, no, I have an old one.
Well, you've had a different avatar, but that one distracted me. Anyway, see, they blew my train of thought, and that's why I had to go to it because I had to get it out, or I wouldn't think.
All humans are awful.
Yeah, humans are assholes, and that's done on purpose from RTD. But then they're trying to make us sympathetic to the Sea Devils. But if you're a rational person, you're not sympathetic to them because they want to wipe us out. They started this whole thing with the intention of wiping us out.
They haven't given us something to be sympathetic for.
Exactly. Oh no, yes they have. There's a makeout session because she's free.
And I guess
she's free from the hive mind now, and she can make Xena noises and dance around in an empty warehouse and be free.
Well, there's that, and also her baby's died. I don't fucking care.
Okay, here's something too they threw at us in this one. They're nomadic.
They're nomadic without monogamy. They mate as they will by the thousand is the line.
Yeah, they're nomadic.
They have no personal connections,
and yet they are still a society, but they live at the deepest part. Here's the thing: if they're so choked by our pollution, they live at the deepest parts of the sea, where that shouldn't reach. How are there people dying and choking when they live 5 miles down? If that's where their nomadic stuff coalesces and all around the world, the pollution doesn't reach that far.
Oh yeah, we don't have even oil drilling that goes down that far, and any trash thrown into the ocean, it's not going to sink that far. It floats for the most part, except with the exception, of course, of wreckages and stuff like that.
But, yeah.
But that's not going to choke.
That's not pollution. That's just tragedy.
The thing would be when people rip out. Like, this is actually scientific. So there's like the water facility treatments that go along the ocean where people like suck up the water, take out the brine, then drop the brine back into the bottom of the ocean because it does float all the way down to the very bottom, and it kills off the life forms down there, causing a chain reaction that ends up killing everything off in that area, I guess. But I would have to.
Bottom of the ocean means a lot of different things.
But at the same time, like, this would end up being like off the coast of a city of something. Like, it's not that far, and what they're doing is making drinking water out of the ocean water, and it does have a detrimental effect, but it's in that area altogether. It's not going to be out in the middle of the ocean.
It's not. They Salt described in the early parts of the first 2 episodes, we're all choking and dying. How can you be choking? You're at the bottom. How are you choking and dying down there?
Yeah, if you're at the bottom of that area, none of those chain reactions are going to be affecting you.
They said this is the farthest humanity has ever been in the ocean, the deepest has ever gone with a manned expedition. And whatever we're doing up here on the surface, it physically cannot reach because we can't get the fire. And we just talked about it. Whatever pollution there is, it only goes so far, and it's only in certain areas. It's not everywhere. So this whole
and why is there a discussion about?
Go ahead. No.
They couldn't show us.
How could they show us the sickness and shit like that? They didn't. Go ahead.
Yeah. It's show don't tell. That's all this show is telling about how bad it is. But if you're going to dive into this climate change stuff from an ocean perspective, you need to at least acknowledge that they're probably on board with a certain degree of the atmospheric contamination. Because, of course, they want the oceans to grow. That grows their territory. So the whole melting the iceberg thing, wouldn't they be on board with that? Well, right. But from the show's perspective, wouldn't the fish people be on board with that?
They would, but we don't actually want to talk about that because we're going to segment everything out and act like it's not all one big group of things. We're going to say, well, climate pollution. Ignore all the other ramifications that you guys say pollution would end up causing, climate change, blah, 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 and how that would benefit them. We're just not going to address that.
Yeah.
Because they like to segment stuff and not act like things are interconnected at all.
So episode 4 is the fallout from the bomb. They deep faked Salt to have her take the blame from it. And it took Unit a long time to break that apart. Unit, the most technologically advanced group on Earth. They couldn't break apart a simple deep fake. It took them that long.
They couldn't figure out that it was fake by the fact that she's not where the video shows her at.
Well,
That they have her more or less, or she's with him.
It was all simultaneous, and the Institute did that quickly. But it's suddenly the Institute is so powerful. Once again, we've been presented with a new type of enemy out of nowhere. The Institute, and their leader, or at least one of the leaders, ganked by the U.S. military really fucking quickly. He's dead off camera, and I really think it's pathetic to have the British Prime. Oh, he's gone. Oh well, he'll be back. He's a ginger. He's a ginger. He can survive.
A ginger, but again,
he can survive for out in the wild for a little bit of time.
Yeah, he's not super dyslexic.
Yeah,
just the internet company is.
They fixed his internet. At least he said they fixed it.
Oh,
he said they fixed it. Anyway, but I'm here with my bestest buddy. That's all I need.
That's right, bestest buddy ever.
Anyway, but what we have here is suddenly a brand new enemy created out of nowhere that is so powerful that they're able to get something done right under Unit's nose. They're able to hire an assassin to kill the leader of Unit. This is one thing that bugs me about this. How does Kate Lethbridge Stewart not have top of the line security in her apartment? How does she not have bulletproof or bullet resistant? It's no bulletproof. It's resistant. Bullet resistant glass in her apartment.
It goes to
because she said my apartment is capable of. It has everything I need to work from home. There, so that means it should be the most secure place.
Yeah,
one of the most secure places there. But man, that sniper rifle.
It should be decked out with alien technology and shit like that.
Yeah.
You should have that weird ant creature bug thing that Unit is supposed to have that we don't have anymore.
What happened to the robot that Unit employed?
I don't know. You know what? That's starting to dawn on me. Where the fuck is that thing?
Yeah, that annoying ass thing. Where is that thing? I don't know. There's so many questions we have to ask. It's almost as if RTD can't keep track of the own crap lore he's created for the past couple of years.
The robot's been in everything prior to this, except for like the second Christmas special, but that's besides the point. He's been everywhere. Why? Where is he now?
Yeah.
We've seen your new Unit station. Okay, we know what it's supposed to look like, and now we're in like a black room the entire time. It's like, well, where's this?
Well, Jeremy, you know what that is? That's the money ran out. That's all that Disney money got spent, and this is all they could put together for it, and it all got spent on the shitty CGI.
Nothing makes sense of the show. Like the entire her apartment. Actually, you bring that up.
It should be more secure than it is. Yeah.
It should be more secure. There should not be a sniper advantage.
And nobody should know where she is. She is the commander-in-chief of Unit. Her personal location should be a tightly kept secret. How does an assassin know where she is? And she should,
unless the Institute has a way to hack into Unit.
And she should also have a security detail constantly. There should be a perimeter around her place at all times.
She's like the lead. She's practically the leader of the world. She's
at the moment,
strong. She's on par with the fucking president. Where's her detail?
Yeah.
Was it just brown military guy? Was that her detail? Well, from what happened there.
Well, and here's the problem. When he knocks her down, I don't think the angles made sense for him to get shot the way he did.
I didn't even notice that he got shot. I'm going to be real honest.
I didn't notice till her hand. I thought, okay, did he get hit because her hands are bloody, but she's not wounded? And then they pan down. And he's got the hole in his chest.
What happened with me is I'm setting up the stream. I'm listening to it. All of a sudden, I hear music get weird. and weird. And I'm like, what the fuck? Is somebody fucking? So then I have to back it up, and then I notice, oh, he's dead. Oh, bomb. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I didn't even know how he got shot. So don't ask me on what the angles were.
And here's the weird thing. He notices the red dot on her forehead, but he's standing behind her. He was behind her when she was being targeted. I don't know. Maybe he saw the line, and he tackles her, and when he tackles her, instead of her getting hit, he gets hit. But I don't know if the angles were correct for that, for the way it happened, because if her head was here and he tackles her, where he get? Oh, there he is. He's back. Spinning circles.
Listen, we're talking about a magic bullet right now. We're trying to figure out back into the left, into the left.
Let's give him a chance here. I'm going to put him in the back till he's actually here. Okay. Yeah. So, there he is. Okay, he's back. Did the government get you again?
Yeah, they didn't like me talking about calling a they, them, a she, her. I think that's
so.
What it was this
well,
time.
we could talk. Listen,
all right. Well, let's catch him up.
We're talking about a magic bullet.
I was watching the stream. You were talking about the assassination scene and her lack of security.
So, Jed, it didn't look like to me the physics of that bullet should have hit him when he tackled her.
No, because he came up from behind her, grabbed her from behind by the shoulders, spun her, and put her on the ground. He was shot in the heart. She blocked his heart the entire time. So unless the bullet passed through her without hurting her, the angle doesn't work. And like you were saying, how did he see the dot on her forehead? And that is a trope that bothers me more than nearly anything else when it comes to a scene like this. No sniper is going to use a red dot in a situation like this. It can work against a deer or something like that, an animal that doesn't know what a red dot means. But a top-of-the-line assassin, a hitman that they're talking about,
their scopes don't have laser dot.
And they don't need to, and it wouldn't work at that distance. These are incredible distances we're talking about. But it's good for dramatic effect, guys.
Yeah.
It's not good for dramatic effect. One of my favorite, and I know people all have complaints about Bones, blah blah blah. I loved the sniper arc.
That's
when they're going up against
a good arc.
When they're going up against the sniper, and you actually have to question like where is safety because he's such an expert shot. Anywhere is dangerous with all that, and every time he took a shot, there was never a red dot. He just knew how to take the shot.
And Jack appreciates this one. NCIS season 2, season finale, when Kate gets blasted in the head, Aerie didn't use a dot.
And it's so much more impactful because there wasn't a dot. The shockingness of Kate's death. It was jarring. It was horrifying. Yeah. She was a lead character on a TV show. You always think that a lead character is immune from any sort of damage. And to be plot armor. To be snuffed out so completely instantly.
Mid-sentence of, wow, we survived. I wore the vest, and then it's over. So that whole scene, there's so much wrong with that. This is RTD not knowing how to do this. That's what it is.
Well, it could have been really interesting if the Institute or something like that specifically targeted him, doing an argument like, hey, she's way too high profile. We don't want to get the attention of the world by taking out her, and we don't know who's going to replace her. We understand her. Let's just try to distract her and emotionally compromise her by killing her significant other. Use some strategy and make him the target and make him just get snuffed out in an instant.
Yeah.
But that's, interesting. That's complex.
Mm-hmm. And the next part I was going to jump to is I hate the ineffectiveness of the UK Prime Minister. It's so pathetic.
He just bends over.
He literally. Oh, what should I do? Help me. Go.
Help me, America. Help me, America. America. You guys take over. That way it doesn't come back onto me.
Yeah.
America on foreign. With what?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have a problem with it. We probably would run, UK a whole lot better, but I mean, just still.
So we just outlined all these things that it breaks our immersion. It breaks the narrative. The competency of everybody is in question. And that's part of episode 4. And then the other part is interspecies sex.
We got
we called.
We
be
learned
called?
a lot about the fish people, which I think is more racist than calling them sea devils. Fish people. They can regulate their own temperature. Jed said it earlier. They are non-monogamous and they just fuck for the sake of fucking.
Yeah.
They're so uninteresting, and goddamn, they're a bane on all the world, and they should just be eradicated. This God failed in this one with the extinctions.
Mm. Mm.
The asteroid didn't finish the job.
Yeah, it's time
Yeah.
for us to step in.
So
They're unlikable. There's nothing about them that is interesting. And then you have Fish Lady, who's now all of a sudden magically in love with the fucking what's his nuts,
It's
crybaby
creepy.
dude.
It's
Yeah,
creepy.
They met twice, maybe 3 times at this point.
I think 3 times is how many.
3 times,
met.
and
Not
they've
4.
only ever said filtered words through the lens of diplomacy.
But
That's not how you build a crush to this degree.
well, I think there's something
It's
else
infantile.
going on, and this is jumping to the end of episode 4 when she uses her little sonic screech. It doesn't affect him at all, so there's something else there.
It's true.
Oh,
So maybe he's part fish. He's descended from some Homo aqua who interbred years ago.
Yeah, maybe he's
Probably
Homo aqua
right.
and Silurian, and that's why they're gonna fuck viciously.
Jeez, it's also ridiculous. It's
Everything
already
about it's ridiculous, and like the whole thing is okay. Well, now we need, after I've stolen you from unit because they were gonna lock you up, I guess. And now the fish people want you, and you can't go into any water because then the fish people will find you. Our plan now is to get you to my buddy, who will then put you in water and make you the witch of the waterfall.
Witch of the water. Let's jump back to that. The Sea Devils want to kill her because she put a human over them.
Wouldn't that be, a good thing in this whole line of, hey, diplomacy? Hey,
Yeah.
we saved a human. We try to save more.
But
We
they
can only
don't
get one.
want diplomacy.
Exactly.
It's proof of that.
This just keeps feeding into what we've been saying
And the whole
time.
telepathic connection to water.
Yeah.
They're telepathically connected to water, so as soon as she touches water, they'll know.
Any water.
How
I mean,
does
they
that
said any water,
work?
which means if she goes in a lake or a waterfall, they'll still know where she is.
Hey, all we know is that she also has the ability to regulate all the pollution out of her system.
Yeah, she kept him from getting
So
gonorrhea
why
and
couldn't-
all that stuff. I don't know.
So
I don't
the
know
others
why-
can't do that to filter out the pollution of the ocean around them.
Maybe
I
only
don't
she
fucking
can because
know.
she's super evolved.
No, she's super special.
Apparently,
Yeah, 'cause
she has the ability
Homo,
she has the ability to regulate all the pollution out of somebody else and herself at the same time, but none of the other ones can.
And we've heard something called the Titans too. There's a species we haven't seen called the Titans. Because she mentioned there was her, the fish people, this, and the Titans. So I'm assuming they're going to be very large if they show up.
Giant whale people.
the final episode's gonna go full Aquaman. The end of Aquaman with that battle, which, to be fair, was pretty awesome. That's what it's gonna end up being.
It is, and the Titans are gonna be giant whale people, a giant Maury eel, or they're gonna be like the weird creatures from this Oceans of Naboo.
Yeah, but it'll be the same CGI of the giant skeleton creatures walking around and shooty who.
Yeah.
Same CG, the same level
Yeah,
of
and
CGI.
they're not gonna
garbage.
do anything. It's gonna be a 10-second reference because they don't have the budget to show it. So they're going to imply a big kaiju battle, but it's gonna be punching in a room.
Yeah, and then we mentioned before, he tries to get them out, and his family turns him in.
Which I
It's just
still don't know if his
moronic.
family turned him in. So let me lay this out for you.
All right.
One, he's an idiot either way. So he openly says, like, hey, they're watching. They're looking for us. They're looking for us everywhere. They're going to find us one way or another. So your answer is then to get on a phone call, which you don't believe that they're scanning every phone call in the surrounding area and aren't going to end up being able to figure out who it is that you need to be discussing. Even if it is that, hey, you're using somebody else's phone, they obviously have your family's phones tapped right now with whatever unit.
But there was a
magic
secret
powers they
phone,
have.
Dermy, that only him and the daughter knew about.
Bullshit.
And
Anyways-
there's bugs in that room, so it doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
So like my whole thought process here is I don't think the family ratted him out. It would make sense as well because the ex-wife was obviously jealous of Fish Lady. But at the same time, I think it does make a little bit more sense that he's just retarded and didn't realize that both Unit would be trying to find him and scanning all these calls, no matter how hard you try to act. And then the Institute and U.S. military was just going to steal that information from Unit.
Well, like
Yeah.
So I
he
think that
specifically
is
says,
ultimately what
"Don't
happened."
say my name. Don't say what I'm doing," because he's aware that there are bugs in the room with Kirby. So,
But-
he's aware enough.
If they're listening and she's having an awkward conversation, then they're going to be like, any intelligent analyst is going to go, wait, okay, something's going on here.
That and
So-
also, and again, I find it incredibly idiotic to think that they're not going to be able to like tap that phone. If you say it's a secret phone, they're going to be able to know that shit.
Yeah.
Weird.
A
Oh my God,
background
there's a
check as
weird call
sophisticated
going on
as
here.
Unit could do.
Yeah.
They would know about that phone because it's just
But
an
it's
added
still-
actually,
line.
the
He
more
said
you
specifically
say
it's
that-
an added line.
The more you say
That's
with
true.
how sophisticated it is, now I'm sitting here thinking, no, actually, they probably didn't do any of that. Maybe she did rat him
Because
out.
it took them a whole day to deconstruct the deep fake.
It took him a day to figure out that the cancer guy was bad after he blew himself
Yeah.
up.
Once again, we talk about this. They don't do any background checks of anything. We talked about it last week. Talk about it again this week. Is where is the checking of everything going on here? Is the Institute that powerful that they're going to mask all this stuff?
I'm just imagining the Institute is going to have an orange man running it.
It's got to, yeah.
Bring back Chris Noth to play the Trump insert from what's with Jodie Whittaker's
gotta
era.
be-
Way back. I
Mhm.
mean, I don't know.
It's going to be
They
something.
could.
Am I the only one when they got to the bridge that started thinking of fucking Wakanda for Never?
I haven't seen
The
it.
bridge scene. Oh God, count your blessings.
I didn't see
There's an
it.
entire bridge scene with fish people as well, basically trying to steal Black whatever the fuck and take her down to the bottom of the ocean, and the fish people invade the bridge. And then you also have military people on the other side. So I started looking at this like, and you're just ripped this from Marvel right now.
I'm not surprised. So
Yeah, RTD has no originality these days.
No.
we end the episode with basically Unit ready to kill British soldiers who want to kill and capture Salt, and then Salt neutralizes everybody with a fish scream and then dives into the water, which now means everybody knows she is.
Yeah.
So
She
You're just
chooses exile. Well, apparently that's the worst thing. Swimming alone. Couldn't she go back on land?
remember her line. I would be alive with a dead soul. So poetic.
I don't know what that means.
Yeah, they're not being very clear on that. It just sounds like exile. So she's going into exile to prevent being sent into exile, and then to prevent herself from being, killed or captured or whatever, she's going to go back to the fish people to be exiled, and then probably come back on land to be exiled.
To be fucked. That's her plan.
No.
Is to be fucked.
To be fucked too.
We've still got 4 episodes.
There's gonna be more fucking. There's gonna be
Look.
more. I'm regulating my body for you.
Oh, and they will troon her. They will troon her for one of the love scenes who say, I love you no matter what you look like.
I'm curious.
Yeah.
When with the trooning and everything like that.
Yeah.
When the fish people mate, do they troon out while they mate? Like they just start cycling back.
I
and
don't want to
forth, so
think
they
about
both-
that. I don't want to
They're
think
gonna
about that.
go a Jurassic Park route, saying that they'll pick the gender they need for reproduction, just like the frogs.
The male presenting one likes to fuck the female presenting one, but the female presenting one will go male presenting if she's in danger. I feel like I could do a whole sort of schizo psychopathic nature exploration into this, and I don't want to.
Well, before you do that, do we have any numbers yet?
We do. I can get those.
Yeah.
From off the top of my head, the episode 3 was 2.47, which is a rise from episode 2, but less.
Oh,
than
we got
episode
that one wrong.
And So it went. It wasn't as high as episode 1, but
Okay.
slightly above episode 2. But episode 4 was the lowest yet at 1.7 million. So it dropped
Ooh.
below 2. So it's on a
that's a big
downward
drop.
trajectory.
That is a big
Oh
drop.
yeah, that's what is that? 700,000 people didn't continue watching from episode 3 to 4 when they're back to back.
Yeah, that's a big deal. That's a big deal. So, what did we say last week? I think I went the most radical and said that by the end it'll drop under 1 million. Or I think
I believe I said that as well. As at
You
the
did?
end we'll
Okay.
get a drop.
We'd have to go
below
back
1
and
million.
look. I think I said it would drop to 1.5 this week. That's what I said. I think that's what I said.
I think I said it would drop to about. I think Chad and I were in agreement at about 1.9.
You guys were
Maybe
closer.
1.8.
You guys were more realistic. I had to be
We
the
were
one that
closest
said-
without going over.
Yeah. I went the extreme route just because someone had to. But
But it was between all of us, so we got the bracket.
yeah. So the trending isn't looking good, and it's got 4 episodes left. I'm sorry, my throat is just doing horrible things to me right now. Keep going.
But yeah,
I want to
we're
see
at a
what the
downward
consolidated.
trajectory.
I would like to see the
the-
consolidated, mainly because between 1 and 2, 3 gets a bit of a boost. So I am curious to see how many people actually stuck around then to watch like the first 2 episodes, and then you get that massive drop off. I would kind of like to see how the consolidated is working out, because maybe this is me playing devil's advocate and stupid person advocate as well. Maybe people aren't
You're not stupid,
aware
buddy.
that they're coming out at the same time, and I'm not even trying to do that. I'm just being a little generous and playing devil's advocate. I don't know. I'm not watching this with the iPlayer. So I don't know how their marketing is working over there.
We're still a few days away from getting the consolidated. I'd guess probably Thursday, considering when we were getting them for Shooty Who. But and that'll just be for the first 2 episodes. I doubt it's going to be a stronghold for consolidated. We're already seeing a downward trend at this point. Yes, it's higher than all but 2 episodes of Shooty Who, but it's dipping into average Shooty at this point. So we're probably going to see average consolidated as well.
All right, going off episode 4, 1.7. Is that whichever 1.7?
Mm-hmm.
How far do you think it drops for 5 and 6?
If the trends continue, I'm willing to bet 5 will be maybe 2 million, then 6 is going to be another massive drop. So maybe 1.6, maybe. I'm scared to go down to 1.5, but I'm going to stick at 1.6 right now because I'm willing to bet people aren't paying attention as well. They probably watch 1 episode, go to bed, then come back and watch the next episode. However, they're going to be doing that. That's kind of why I want to see the consolidated numbers on how that holds doing. So that's why I kind of want to say the first 5 will have a higher number, then 6 will have the lower.
Okay. Good.
I 100% agree with that. Is that we're going to see a little bit of a bump with 5 compared to 6, but I lean towards it being a lot lower for 5 than you do. I'm going to guess 1.8 million for 5 and 1.4 for episode 6.
I'll be extreme again because somebody has to. I think it's gonna go. I think it's gonna stay at 1.7 for 5, and then it will crater about 1.3, 1.2 for 6. Because if they're gonna drop that many between episodes, it's possible.
It is possible. The only reason I have already laid out my bet, but at the same time, we said at the beginning of the stream, this is still the superior product to Shooty Who, and that's saying something.
It's the superior project, and next week we'll probably see the lowest numbers because the majority of the time we see spikes at premieres and finales, which just makes sense. So because of how they're releasing the schedule, 2 weeks from now is the finale. So we'll see a bit of a bit there. So at this point, I don't think it's going to drop below 1. I believe I was wrong with the first one, considering how much of a hold it had for this pair. But to your point, Jeremy, that this is the superior product. It's getting good numbers compared to the main show for a spinoff. So a lot of people are floating out the idea that Peter McTeague, who wrote a lot of these episodes, who he did write Doctor Who in the past, in real Doctor Who as well, but in the RTD era, they're floating out his name as RTD's replacement. So this might be what we see going forward for Shooty Who if we see like the spinoff's doing better than the main show, bringing in the main writer from the spinoff to the main show as the showrunner, bringing in the style, making it more episodic. I think this could have an impact. BBC's like, this is kind of working more than what our main show is doing. We need to change things without BBC's or Disney's money anymore. I think they could take the wrong notes from this show.
I agree, and that's the sad thing, because like when we say it's the superior product, we're talking about, what do you want? A pile of shit or shit with some sprinkles on it? That's practically what we're asking here. And the shit with some sprinkles at least has sprinkles. I don't want either of them, but at least one is more beautiful than the other. Okay,
I'm not approaching that metaphor. I'm going to distance myself from that metaphor.
No, what I'm saying is like they're all awful. There's nothing really good here, but just one's prettier to look at.
What I think is, I want to know, and I can't do this because I haven't looked. It just occurred to me now. What is the competition this is up against in terms of other shows, other programming?
I feel like we asked this question last week, and there was other
on
stuff.
The BBC. I mean, the reality shows are big there. Those do pretty well overall. I don't specifically know.
Are people just bored? Are they so bored they're just turning this on? There's nothing else on.
Well,
is that a factor?
Let's be fair here. If you actually sit down and think about it, they put the show out at the perfect timing. Yes, there's no Christmas elements to it, but think right now, what big show that everybody wants to talk about, what's actually playing here in the grand scheme of things? Not a lot of people in Britain and everything are going to really care about Landman. So what's the other show that people are wanting to talk about and see the next part of? Stranger Things. Guess what's not on right now? We're in that perfect little in-between area. Stranger Things.
They dropped a trailer today.
That's right. They dropped a trailer, but we don't get another episode. We don't get more episodes of Stranger Things until next Thursday. Not this upcoming, but next Thursday. So right now you're in this, honestly, a perfect time to put out slop. Just something. Because people need something to watch.
So let's see. Well, this is going to be airing through Christmas and post-Christmas. I wonder if other holiday programming, other things will take something away from it. If people will not decide to give the time.
It's not a Doctor Who Christmas special, which is an anomaly.
Yeah.
It's not going to have that onus to watch it.
And real quick, Brad, no, we are not talking Pluribus. I have no idea what Pluribus is. I've heard about it. I don't even care.
It's the current show from the dude who made Breaking Bad.
Vince Gilligan's new show.
Yeah, they're all into it. I don't
type thing.
I'm not into James Gilligan, so I don't care.
What we're talking about is the war between the cuck and the fish person.
Well, he knows what we're talking about.
I actually looked up what the most popular shows on the BBC are right now, and it's funny, the Google AI, it labeled The War Between the Land and the Sea as a popular documentary. Yeah, it's just a funny thing that happened. But the things that are on right now are Strictly Come Dancing. Apparently that's pretty consistent ratings.
That usually does really good for them because it's one of the reality go-tos.
EastEnders.
Again, that usually does
soap
really
opera. Good. Celebrity Race Against the World. Don't know what that is. And Down Cemetery Road, and then The War Between the Land and the Sea. Apparently there's also Slow Horses Vigil and Man vs. Baby.
EastEnders and Strictly Come Dancing are always some of their top shows because one, Strictly Come Dancing is like Dancing with the Stars for them, for lack of a better term. It's something that's always been like, hey, it's number one. It's always going to actually do well. And then EastEnders, I don't think I've ever looked at a BBC chart that doesn't have EastEnders at one of the top. It's something that they just love.
So, according to the BBC, EastEnders is number one for today, at least, and War Between the Land and the Sea is number two.
So, its mainstays are holding strong, but there's nothing else, it seems. The mainstays are there, but there's nothing else. So, I would attribute there's some factor of, well, there's nothing else on. Click. There's got to be something fair. That.
I think that's a fair sentiment right now because I might check out Pluribus. I have no idea where to watch it. I've just heard some
it's
people
Apple
talk
TV.
about it. I'm not going to watch it. Then again, I'm not subscribing to Apple TV. I'll just keep rewatching anime, or I'll fully admit it. I'm watching Orange is the New Black again.
That's
Oh.
my view of it right now. Is I might watch it someday, but I'm not getting an Apple TV
I'm
subscription. just
about to
for it.
start my big anime watch. The shows are ending for the season. I've got to wait a little bit more because I want to wait for it to be collected. But I'm going to finish My Hero Academia finally.
I'm waiting for that. I'm so into the just gotchi whatever it is right now. I love
That
it.
last
There's-
episode is in 3 days, so I got next week is when I'll probably pick that one up. Next week.
Wait, they're already doing the last episode? Oh wait, no, they're doing the
Airing.
Japanese. So
Well,
they're airing the ink.
I don't care if that
subbed.
one's dubbed or subbed, but
So they took some time to get the sub ahead of the dub. So the sub is going to end next week. The dub
Yeah.
still has some time.
yeah. So I don't care if that one's sub or dub, but that I can pick that one up starting next week if
It's
I
so
want to.
fucking good.
Well, so, but I picked up 4 shows today, so I might not watch anything tonight because I have to. Actually, well, I took a 2-hour nap, so I'm wide awake right now. But
Brad, send me Pluribus. I would be willing to check out episode 1 at least.
It sounds really good. It sounds right up
It's-
my
well,
alley. I would
it's-
be interested.
there's a lot of misery in it, so Dermy, you might like it. There's misery tied to
I
it.
might like it, but so I like misery, but at the same time, it has to be certain types of misery. Like there still always
So,
has to be
I
that
can
light at the
pitch it to
end of
you.
the tunnel.
So it's an alternate dystopian world where everyone is sickly happy, like full on grinning all the time. Nothing's ever bothering them. Everything's perfect. But the main character is this one woman who's experiencing normal human emotions. And of course, she's depressed as all hell because she's seeing the world in a way that nobody else is. And she's
Is this
feeling
the one
alone and
about-
isolated?
The alien brain infection that essentially came over and took over the world, and like
I
the
don't
rest
know what
of
the cause is. I don't know
Well,
what
like,
causes it. It might be that.
because
That might be a
she's-
twist.
That might be what I'm thinking of because I heard Tim
Yeah.
Pool talk about it. If
You
that's
see,
what it is.
I don't.
Yeah,
I didn't.
okay. I might check it out, but
I
heard
didn't-
the
I didn't
main
like
character
Outer
was
Limits.
awful.
I didn't
I'm
like Outer
disappointed
Limits,
that
so.
you told me that though, Dermy. I didn't know what the twist
Spoilers,
was.
guys. Spoilers.
I heard it from Tim Pool. I was never gonna probably watch this, but essentially, it's a brain virus that aliens infected us with chemtrails, and
That's
some people are
disappointing.
immune and some people.
All right,
aren't.
I'm pulling the plug. We're done.
What? We're done.
Well, what else
Yeah,
can we
because
talk
we'd
about?
rather talk about literally
We-
anything else
have-
but Doctor Who.
we have tangented away in the last 7 minutes, so we're
Yeah,
done.
and there's
We're done.
nothing else to talk about. We
Yeah,
have
yeah.
nothing in the show. It's so boring, drawn out. Like we were talking about earlier. You guys were watching it at 1.3 to 1.5. I was watching at 2 times speed, and it still felt empty, like nothing was going on.
Yeah,
This is a bloated show. I
was
think they have enough content for a movie. It still would be a shit movie, but
yeah.
edit this into a
I
movie
was
and it gets infinitely better.
I was begging for jobs to do at work because I was so tired of the show. I normally don't mind sitting on my ass sometimes, but I was sitting there begging for something because at least that would make my time go by faster.
Yeah. Well, we got 2 more weeks of this, 4 more episodes. We'll be back next week with another Doctor Who Cares reviews. You guys got anything else going on this week?
Ballbusters were this time we're actually going to be singing because the crew's going to be here and Jen gets to
You're
hear my
going to be
beautiful
singing.
sing.
You're going to be singing.
You know you want to join me, bestest buddy.
I'm still sick. My throat is.
I'm gonna have to be paid to sing with you.
Well, that's the thing.
Not doing it.
Oh,
otherwise.
all right. All right. It's still beginning of the week. Tomorrow I could institute. If anybody gets paid $20 on any live stream they're on, they must join in. Well, that's what we did for the last one.
How about we make it? You can choose to do this or not because Bug was very upset about it.
Well, that's all they could. Well, but listen, the only reason he did it because
Well, he's
Static made
always
him do it.
upset.
Static
true.
made him do it. He wouldn't have gotten otherwise if Static didn't want to make him do it. He wouldn't. He wasn't going to get that $20. So,
You
I'll
may be
think about
showing
it.
up but not singing. Oh yeah, that's right. I asked Brad to come on, didn't I? I completely forgot.
Anyway, so
I'm
we will have
awful.
Derby karaoke this Friday, Christmas edition.
Yes, and then I will say this now. Next Saturday charity might be hit or miss because guess who has to work at 6 a.m. on Saturday?
Ooh. Well, we're still going to probably play games without you, buddy. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it might be hit or miss. We'll see. It depends on how fucking exhausted
Do
I
your
am.
best, pal. Keep a stiff upper lip.
How do you feel about this constant positivity from you for you, Dermy? Is it
I
weirding
feel
you
like
out yet?
sometimes he has found a way to weaponize it to really bother me.
Well, I mean, if somebody donates another $25 on the Grinch tier to reverse it, we can do that. Another $25 and we reverse it. You can reverse
Let's
it.
not do that. Because then you'll just be your
happening.
normal self.
No, I would be even worse because the Grinch is even worse than normal self. But I wouldn't do that to you, buddy. You're my best friend.
You are my bestest buddy. We're gonna get bunk beds
Anyway.
together. We're gonna get triple bunk beds. That way you can be on the
Listen,
bottom, Jen
listen,
can be in the middle, and I can be on the top.
Listen, during my nap, I had a dream I'm going to recount tomorrow on Daily Dive. And you
Why
guys were
is
in
the
it.
bunk? Why are the bunk beds?
No, the bunk beds were but not doing bunk beds. Don't do
That's
bunk
what I
beds.
was wondering.
But it's a tease. I will be recounting a dream tomorrow. You guys were there. Actually, everybody was there to an extent. It was a dream I had when I took a nap a couple hours ago. So I'll recount that tomorrow.
Oh,
so it'll be a good one.
I'll also say I probably will never play Arc Raiders on stream again. I think it's a fun game. I just started really thinking though, that's a dangerous game to play on stream.
Yeah, you never know what somebody else in proximity
every
chat will say.
multiplayer game is dangerous to play.
Well, only in proximity chat. When you have no control over proximity chat, you don't know what somebody else is going to say on their proximity chat. That's the problem there.
And let's be real fair here. Last night, some words got said that I had no control over, and splash damage happened.
Yeah, well, and listen, like I said with that game, I am still not doing that game willingly. I'd have to be cajoled to play that game.
It is a fun game, but I think it's just too risky because somebody's going to say something that should not be said.
Yeah. Jed, how's your week look?
Well, because I finished the Clear Obscure Thank You DLC earlier on today, I'm going to be switching over to streaming Spider-Man 2018 at the hardest difficulty. Unfortunately, I lost my progress, so it's going to be from scratch. No New Game Plus or anything.
Oh, man.
That'll probably be sometime in the late afternoon, evening. Oh,
That's
it's going to be rough. I do enjoy that game a lot.
Oh, it's great.
The reason I got back into it is I was hanging out with Fear the Beardo, and he convinced me to at least try playing Spider-Man 2. He had a playthrough he was working on, and I did the lizard boss fight. He had it on hardest difficulty. It took me one attempt to beat him. And so I was like, you know what? My muscle memory is still decent for this. That was a lot of fun, so I'm going to play it. I might end up playing Spider-Man 2 or whatnot, but the gameplay reignited.
The gameplay's 10 out of 10. The game, I mean,
yeah.
and he was probably playing a New Game Plus, I'm sure, with that. So so he had all the bells and whistles. The gameplay is slightly different with extra abilities that Peter and Miles have. So it's a little different.
With the Venom powers.
And Peter's basically tech powers in his backpack do different things. His extra, but the gameplay is still outstanding. That's the thing. It's still outstanding. So
I'd rather go back to 2018, where there's that nearly the same gameplay with an incredible story. So I'll be streaming that.
I would say play Spider-Man 2 just so you can compare and contrast and be able to. I think
I might afterwards.
And be able just to give the explanation of, yeah, this is this. I mean, I did stream it about halfway through, and then I gave up. Like, I can't finish streaming this. I just need to finish this game. I mean, I platinumed it, but...
To be fair, the only reason I started playing the Digimon game was to compare and contrast, and I started liking the Digimon game more than I like Pokemon. Well, that's sacrilegious.
I mean, the Digimon game has more depth to it than Pokemon Z to A. It does.
Yeah, and also bigger boobies.
Bigger booby. Well, besides that, just regularly scheduled live streams. I released a Pluto video last Friday, why Pluto is a planet. And if you're interested in that, absolutely, please go check that out. Besides that, regularly scheduled live streams with Saturday Night Drive-In, which Adam will get more into. And I'll be clipping out stuff from Rider Flight that took place earlier on today.
Yeah.
And Endless Frontier books.
Excellent. All right. And me, tomorrow, Daily Dive, Double D's, 1 p.m. Eastern. We will be continuing whatever goes on in the week here and there. I do have a chat. Maybe watch us reviews tomorrow. The Sex Lives of Potato Men. It's a British movie. It's very dumb. Thanks, Kratos.
Lives of Potato
Men. They're real dudes. They're just they're potato delivery guys.
Wait,
they just
is it potatoes. A British-made movie about Irish men?
No, it's British dudes. It's British dudes.
Oh, okay.
They're potato delivery men. It's their misadventures, like trying to get laid.
Is it supposed to be like, hey, we're jealous of the milkmen, so now we're gonna just be
there is a
potatoes?
gherkin man in there that can interact at one point. A guy delivers gherkin pickles. It's a dumb movie. It's really dumb. Which
I
is
feel
right
like
up.
somebody should pay you to go watch the new Animal Farm.
Oh,
It could
God.
happen.
You would need to pay me so much money to watch that. I love that book. I just reread it last year. It's an abomination, that trailer. I would need like $100 super chat to touch that thing with the cancerous stick.
I'm going to be honest. I've never read Animal Farm. I just know about it.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, this movie, Kratos chooses like the worst possible movies to me to watch, and he has me compare it to The Room every time. That's his thing. So it's this movie. He wants to know if this movie's gonna be better than The Room, and I don't know yet. I haven't decided. So you tune in tomorrow, Daily Dive, 1 p.m. Eastern. Rest of the week, I got Fallout review on Wednesday, which is good, not instead of Thursday, because I got to go do stuff on Thursday. We might not have a show on Thursday. I can tell you that now. It might be late. It might be not happening at all because I have a lot of shit to do on Thursday. So we'll see what happens. And Saturday Night Drive-In Chat Choice, the poll will be going up after this program. So I will. I'll get that set up.
Determined.
Yeah, there wasn't that many movies. We're gonna get it sorted out after this. So don't worry. And that's it. That's it. Stick around, everybody, for other live streams, other videos. We will see you guys later. Links are in the description below. Have a good rest of your night, everybody.
Bye.